Hello everyone, back again with not a recent finds video, but many of you know that over the last couple of years I have been able to gain access to an old radio station here in the town that I live, and I've been able to get some vinyl from that location. I was able to go in one last time about a month and a half ago, and so I'm just going to show you what I got as part of a last haul from that old radio station. I'm hoping that the video won't be too long. I'll talk about the records if I know more about them as we go. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think of these albums? Have you heard of any of them? And we'll go from there. There's also one record that I'm not going to be showing because it cannot be sold on Discogs, and the controversy surrounding it would probably get me blocked from YouTube. So I'm going to leave that one out. If you want to know what it is, you would have to, I don't know, message me somehow and I can go over that. But anyway, here we go. I've got about 30 or so records that I'm going to show. So let's go through them quickly. I got Samantha Fox and her album Touch Me. I believe that there's a Samantha Fox that's coming up later as well. So if you are familiar with the Touch Me album, this is the one. That would be the big single from it. Then I got a couple of Carpenter's albums. The Love Lines one, right here. Unfortunate, that she succumbed to illness, and of course, anorexia is afflicts many thousands, if not millions, of people around the world. So there we go, the Carpenters, Love Lines. And I also got Close to You by the Carpenters as well. So this would have We've Only Just Begun, Close to You, I'll Never Fall in Love Again. These are all on here. So not a huge Carpenters fan, but that's good for chilling. All right, Robin Trower and In City Dreams. Not too familiar with this album. I'm gonna have to give it a listen once I get it clean. And of course, it's got the promotional only copy stamp on the back. Some B.B. King, blues and jazz. That's exactly as it sounds, blues and jazzy. Inflation Blues, Broken Heart, Saw My Monkey, Heed My Warning, Teardrops from My Eye, Rainbow Riot, Darling, I Love You, Make Love to Me, and I Can't Let You Go. So there you go, B.B. King. Prog band from the 1970s, Gentle Giant, and the the Missing Piece album. So I have this album right here, which is funny that they put it on the back with the missing piece right there. So kind of excited for that. British prog 70s music. All right, Americana Sam will like this one. He had a chance to interview this gentleman on his channel within the last year and a half. Tommy James, Without the Shondells, My Head, My Bed, and My Red Guitar. Not familiar with this. I'm more familiar with some of the other hits that he had, but excited to take a listen to that, Tommy James. All right, Canadian music. We got some Canadian folk. Gordon Lightfoot, that is not his signature. That is the signature of a person that owned this previously, but The Summer Side of Life. Can't remember what the big single from this was. Probably The Summer Side of Life, but this also has 10 Degrees and Getting Colder, Miguel, Go My Way, Cotton Jenny, Talking in Your Sleep, Nous Vivons Ensemble, Same Old Lover Man, Redwood Hill, Love and Maple Syrup, Cabaret. So Gordon Lightfoot. Along with the Gordon Lightfoot Sundown album, which is an amazing album. It has High and Dry, Carefree Highway, which is a fantastic song, possibly one of my favorite Lightfoot songs. Sundown, Seven Island Suite, The List, The Watchman's Game, Circles of Steel, Somewhere, USA, all there. All right, and speaking of Canadian musicians, I got a slew of Canadian country musician, folk musician, Stompin' Tom. So I think I've got like 4 or 5 of them here. The Saga of Stompin' Tom, or What in Hell's a Stompin' Board. And of course, if you are familiar with Stompin' Tom, you will know that he had a board such as the one right here. He'd put it on the floor during his performances, and he would just stomp or clog on it with his cowboy boots as kind of a secondary instrument. So this has the hockey song and Big Joe Mufferaw, the Bugs song, and more. Kind of it is a compilation album. All right, and speaking of Mufferaw, Stompin' Tom Connors meets Big Joe Mufferaw, which has the Big Joe Mufferaw song. It also has Roll on Saskatchewan, My Last Farewell, Algoma Central 69, and more. There you go. Stompin' Tom Connors, To It and At It. Prince Edward Island, Happy Birthday. Martin Hartwell Story, New Brunswick and Mary, Manitoba, The Don Messer Story, Pizza Pie Love, Cornflakes, and more. Tragedy Trail with Stompin' Tom Connors. So it has Tragedy Trail. It's got Fire in the Mind, Don Valley Jail. Most of the songs, as you're guessing, do deal with tragedies in Canadian history. Black Donnelly's Massacre. And on the backside, it actually gives a description of what all of those disasters were. So that's a pretty cool album. And then finally, My Stomping Grounds, which is a fantastic song and basically names all 10 of the Canadian provinces in it. It's got the snowmobile song. It's got the song Tilsonburg, which is about a small town in southern Ontario known for tobacco farming. Tribute to Wilf Carter, who was also a Canadian musical icon, etc. My Stomping Grounds. All right, how about some disco? And the Tramps, they are known for their song Disco Inferno, which I already have. But I'm actually, as much as I don't necessarily like disco too much, the Tramps are pretty cool. This one has Love Magnet, Love Insurance Policy, Teaser, The Whole World's Dancing, My Love, It's Never Been Better, Soul Bones, More Good Times to Remember. So the Tramps, speaking of disco, Boney M, and Love for Sale with, of course, the hit song Ma Baker. This one was 1977. So most of us in the VC are familiar with Boney M. George Benson, Living Inside Your Love, which was probably gonna be the big one here. Hey Girl, Nassau Day, Soulful Strut, Prelude to Fall, A Change Is Gonna Come, Love Ballad, You're Never Too Far From Me, Love Is a Hurtin' Thing, Welcome to My World, Unchained Melody, and it's a gatefold. There's George Benson there. Kind of some credits on the inside. New Edition. This one made me laugh, and the whole, collection of all this country disco music. We get New Edition, and this is the one that has Mr. Telephone Man on it. Their big hit from, I think it's 1984, 85. New Edition. Janice Ian, 1970s musician. Sorry, a little bit of blues, a little bit of pop. All right, here we go. Rob, Northern Revolutions. You're gonna love this one. Brian at Embryonic Robot. You are not. Did pick up a couple of ABBA records just because I didn't have them, and they were there. I mean, they were free, right? Super Trooper. So this one has Super Trooper, The Winner Takes It All. Yeah, There you go. And ABBA, the album. I think this is like a sort of a greatest hits. No, not a greatest hits. Yeah. Does have Take a Chance on Me on it, though. There we go. Okay, more Gordon Lightfoot. I guess I forgot to add that one. The Best Of, so this is a compilation. Greatest Hits, Early Morning Rain, Canadian Railroad Trilogy, Black Day in July, If I Could. Good stuff. And I should have mentioned that for the most part, most of these are in pretty decent condition. I didn't take anything that was water damaged or scratched or anything, so they're in relatively decent condition. Peter Mills, this is a 12-inch single. This is the one that has Music Box Dancer on it, which is piano music. And, of course, Peter Piper. I like Music Box Dancer, though. All right, Canadian folk. Got Murray McLaughlin. I don't have this. I've talked about him before. He was known for a song called The Farmer's Song in the 1970s. But this one here is all about people he met on his journeys. And basically each song represents each of those people. So, for example, there's a song on here called Heroes. Jan Zurakowski is a hero of mine. He was the test pilot for the Avro Arrow, an airplane that sparked in a lifelong obsession with flight. I met him at his hunting and fishing lodge, where he lives now in a well-deserved peace and quiet. So each of the songs represents a person that he met on his journey. Carole King, Simple Things. So we got Simple Things, Hold On, Labyrinth, You're the One Who Knows, Hard Rock Cafe, Gatefold. So there you go, Carole King. Couple of country albums from the 1980s. Alabama's Greatest Hits. I showed this, I believe it was on Wednesday night, Northern Revolution's channel, for like barbecuing music. So, Greatest Hits. And of course, this one is quite popular. Mountain Music, 40-Hour Week, My Home's in Alabama, Old Flame. And then Alabama's Just Us album. If I Could Just See You Now, Old Man, I Saw the Time, Tar Top, Fallen Again, etc. All right, here we go. Some bubblegum music. The Archie's Greatest Hits. This is the one with the cover that's in the roughest shape, but the vinyl on it is pretty good. So their greatest hits: Sugar Sugar, Jingle Jangle, Sugar and Spice, all the songs. You know them. Steve Miller, Fly Like an Eagle. Pretty popular album. Rockin' Me, Fly Like an Eagle. Those are the big songs that are on this one. But Take the Money and Run. Great, great album. Those of you that watch my channel, especially towards the beginning of my channel back, 2 years ago or so, you'll know that I inherited some records from my grandfather. A lot of them were big band or swing. I'm a huge Glenn Miller fan, so I found this never before on LP compilation of songs. Shaka Khan. Just heard Shaka, self-titled album. Pretty boring backside. Speaking of comp albums, like a K-Tel record, it is a K-Tel. Disco Unlimited, Disc Jockey Unlimited. We do more than just play music, so the company that made this, rented it out, Don't Bring Me Down, ELO, we got Sweet, Love Is Like Oxygen, 2 Tickets to Paradise, April Wine's on here, Styx is on here, Boston's on here, Blue Oyster Cult. So, the rock album, K-Tel. Ike and Tina, Her Man, His Woman. Probably an album that hasn't aged well, but I thought it was kind of cool to get that I do like Ike and Tina Turner as musicians. Maybe not necessarily as well as a music couple. This one here I got because I thought it was a hilarious cover. Freddie Fender, Your Cheatin' Heart, where he's trying to be like a cowboy with a microphone. Thought it was a hilarious cover though. Donna Fargo contains the hits Members Only, Happiest Girl in the Whole USA, and Funny Face. This is the Winners album. Of course, you know, nothing screams more 80s than the whole Olivia Newton-John and physical kind of outfit working out stuff. So Donna Fargo. I already have this in my collection, but I couldn't help but take another True Blue Madonna. This is the one that has Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, Live to Tell, which Live to Tell is probably my favorite Madonna song. So, got 2 copies. Pete Graham, Color Me Canadian. Just more like a folky-ish type music of Canadian songs. The Spell of the Arctic, Alberta Today, Winnipeg Willie and You, Mimi de Montreal, The Prairies of Saskatchewan, Nell, The Belle of the Yukon. So songs that have Canadian theme to them. Lorne Green, and I think this is the, what's it called? Welcome to the Ponderosa. But it does have right there Ringo on it, which is why I grabbed it. I do like that deep voice and Ringo. This is another album that I already have, but couldn't help but pass it up. I do like Debbie Gibson, Out of the Blue, Foolish Beat, you know, Shake Your Love. All on here. Tavares, some disco music. Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel is the big one here. And of course, this is also a promo copy. This one here is the one that's in the most beat up shape. I haven't listened to it, but I took it because it was, like I said, it was free. The vinyl itself looks okay. The Who's Magic Bus. Yeah, I'm a fan of The Who. I don't have a lot of their stuff, but I'll take a chance on this depending on the vinyl itself. Of course, this one here was also a sample copy, not for sale. Rob, Northern Revolutions. He likes Delaney and Bonnie. And of course, this is the one. There's a couple of versions of this cover. This one here, it's not a sticker, but it is the one that has the single Soul Shake. Singer-songwriter type music. Folky. Alright. Donovan's Greatest Hits. This is probably as much Donovan as I need. A little bit of that whole psych 60s music. Mellow Yellow, Sunshine Superman, Hurdy-Gurdy, Epistle, Dippy. If you've heard it, if you know it, you know it. Speaking of Samantha Fox, once again, I do have a copy of this. But once again, I thought it was kind of funny that in that radio station, along with the other Samantha Fox, a new edition, I Surrender the Spirit of the Night, Naughty Girls, Need Love Too, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. And we've got 3 more here. So this is Chicago. I forget what number it is though. Yeah, it's hard to read. The song Saturday in the Park is on this. I think this is like Chicago 4 or something like that. I gotta tape up the inside a little bit because the gatefold, the record falls through. An album called Whole Wheat, 100%. So it says on here, this is not a 1 or 2 tune album. This is maximum 100%. And it's inspired by Glenn Campbell, Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham, Bob Ezrin, Liberace, and more. So Whole Wheat, 100%. And then the last album to top this off is Art Garfunkel. And it's the Angel Claire album. So I'm not familiar with most of the songs that are on here, but I'll give it a shot. But once again, that is it. I thought it was going to be quicker than this. It's a 20-minute video, but that's okay. Those are all the albums. I probably will not be going back to that station anymore. Kind of taken everything that I would want from there. And so yeah, glad that I had permission to go in there and salvage some of the stuff, because I mean it's been in there and it's been part of the community for a long time. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you got this far, what did you think of these records? And is there anything in here that would be of interest to you? Anything that you think is complete trash? And anything that you think is unique? Take care, everyone. Until next time, I'm Daryl, the Northern Vinyl Guy, and we'll see you on the flip side.